Episode 114
Look at that.
of the Unqualified Gamers podcast. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Started with my mom dissing CC, and he got all nervous.
Dude, she shit on me pretty hard.
Okay, hold on. I don't call it shitting on someone when it's just straight facts.
I don't.
Right?
I didn't appreciate that, but you know,
She's not
wrong.
Well, here's the thing: facts don't care about your feelings.
Ooh, boom, roasted.
I mean,
Neither does my mom. I don't think she cares about your feelings either.
Oh, your mom's great.
Yeah.
I'm even the one that wanted her to come on and say hi, and then she's like, "I don't think you can make it down here."
Yeah.
Like,
no.
What does that mean?
She actually said that you should be down here right now. I guess you guys are doing some kind of celebration, some birthdays going on, and you're right, Cece. You should be down there. You're like part of the family. You're kind of like the redheaded stepchild, but you're still part of it. They pull you out of the closet.
Stepchild's stepchild.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I don't know, but she said with my reputation, I couldn't make it down there, and I'm like, what does that mean? She got off on a different tangent talking about promoting the podcast, which we appreciate.
Oh, no,
we need to get back to this, and she's like, yeah, you just you're always supposed to go visit Zeus, and you never do it. I'm like, motherfucker. So, by the way, yeah, I shouldn't have said that word. I'm trying not to swear on the podcast anymore. It's not going to happen.
Is that just a you thing, or is that like a we thing?
I mean, I don't think we should swear as much. But,
all right, so do me a favor, guys, that listen to this whole thing.
I'm not going to tell you that you can't swear because it's going to be bad.
Do me a favor. If someone wants to take a count out there of the number of times each of us swears, put like a little tally up at the end.
Mine's going to have a 1 because I'm done for the episode. I already got it out of the way.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of family, I played Warzone last night with Kai and Ray.
That was a really weird segue into family, considering you're like
I'm the redheaded stepbrother,
No,
once
you're
removed.
The redheaded stepchild's stepchild.
Well, whatever.
And I don't remember, when did Racy and I play Warzone?
Yeah.
Dude, so this is bullshit, right? So they've been playing Warzone for like a week, and every time I call Kai out, he's like, I'm not playing Warzone. I don't know what you're talking about. And finally we played last night. We got a dub. Our first game, we got a dub.
So this is just kind of on brand for CC. I've had Warzone re-downloaded. I've almost prestiged twice, and we've played like 2 games together. He's like, "Come on, man, come on down. Let's play some games."
I haven't seen you on
2 games in. I am level 70 in the battle pass. All right, and we all know I haven't touched this thing.
Yeah, but you're also like nocturnal. Like you don't get on until I go to. You don't get to like 11 o'clock. You're like, oh yeah, Cece's probably in bed already.
Hold on. Should I check messages and when you send things at like 4 a.m. when you're like fucking sleep scrolling and
on my computer, I'm on my phone.
He didn't get offline until like almost 1 o'clock last night.
I know.
Well,
okay, and here's the thing. I even messaged him because I was with 6 other people. So if he had joined us, it actually would have been like 2 solid squads.
Yeah.
And I will say this. There's only a few people in my life that can get me to play games. Like if CC were to continuously bug me and ask me to play Warzone with him, would never happen. But because Racy asked me to download it and play with him.
Dude, I'm your like co-host on the podcast.
I still have not started up FragPunk because that was the newest and greatest thing, and I waited just long enough that he lost interest in it. Which means that
I still play it.
I wouldn't say I've lost interest in it.
I got friends that are playing it.
I haven't played it much. Like,
so he's now known for a couple of podcasts. So that's a couple of weeks at bare minimum that I have this thing sitting on my desktop.
Not saying that's a normal standard CC thing. I think that's one thing Mom should have brought up was other than like his returning of games, but like his getting people into games, but then not playing them like after a week or 2.
We're gonna get into this in a second here, but we skid right past that. Call of Duty is back, dude. Call of Duty's in a good spot right now.
Wasn't CC the one last week saying, I don't know,
shit.
man. It's shit.
Listen,
it's horrible. It's cheaters.
I said, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell because I was in Reap Havoc's lobbies, which is true. His lobbies suck. So, but yeah, I played the casual mode with Zeus and had a great time playing that. I've been playing that a lot by myself with randoms. And then
your normal lobby, I get it.
Last night we played Rebirth Island, and that was fun too.
Resurgence, yeah.
So I will say that I'm enjoying the casual play and just having it's to me it is much more Tarkov-y than any of the DMZ or any of that other stuff. Like you have these random bots that are around. They'll still, screw you up if you don't, take them at least, deal with the threat. They'll still screw you up. But there's just a couple of teams out there, and then it normally ends with, those couple of teams battling it out at the end of it. I'm having a lot more fun doing that kind of stuff. Speaking of Tarkov, just because I brought it up, I know it's nowhere on our list, but Labyrinth is staying. It is now a permanent map that can be accessed in Tarkov. So it was so highly received and everything through the event.
Anyway.
I mean, that's not what they change a lot of maps for certain events, and then they get rid of those things afterwards. It wouldn't have been the first time they've done it, but they are keeping it. There's still no, they were kind of in talks, but no real set thing as far as if ref is ever going to be coming to the PvE side of things. Really not a reason to, but maybe one of these days.
Available on PvE?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, COD. I've been having fun with COD. Kai's been having fun with COD. Admit it.
I mean, it's been
dude.
He was necessarily. He was COD, it's more.
He was
playing
so
with
down. He was so down bad last night in our last game. He's like, oh, this game. This game.
It wasn't the game. It was the CC
the round
that was playing.
Ooh.
No.
So this is the thing with playing with CC. This is the difference between CC and Racy. This is why Racy is one of those people that. Well, I mean, minus he's my brother, but Racy and I have this really good connection when it comes to combat. Mainly, probably because of the Marine Corps, but we have this huge thing on communication, right? Like he's doing this, I'm moving this way, I call something out. CC gone. Don't have any idea what he's doing. He's off on his own, trying to shoot people around wherever, dying.
And then complains, where was my team at?
I'll say
he didn't complain. He didn't complain about it. But
that's a narrative
we go to an area, we're trying to obviously move with circle. We lock down this place, and then next thing you know, he's gone. He's pushing. You think he's watching stairs? He's nowhere near stairs.
Oh, he is watching stairs.
It's just
and then four buildings over.
4 buildings away. Yeah, different stairs. So you're just you turn around and start getting shot in the back, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you realize that CC's 3 buildings over, and you're like, oh, we're moving. Okay, well. See, yeah, it's just the shock of it for him, the realization
he just
of his
can't handle it.
Yeah.
You good over there?
I'm good.
I don't think he's good.
This is ridiculous.
But I know I've brought it up before, but I am not allowed now, and I say allowed with a lot of being very liberal with that word, but I'm not allowed to buy a game until CC is outside of his return period. Like Missa's you just don't do it. So
I mean, it makes sense. Well, FragPunk's free, so you got lucky there. But again, I'll play FragPunk with you. So, do you have any friends that play on Xbox and PlayStation, or are all your friends PC?
Oh no, I have. So that's actually one of the big reasons why Warzone is the game that brings everyone together, because it's the one big cross-platform that doesn't really screw with things. A lot of them have tried Rivals. They don't really like how that whole thing plays because they're not into hero shooters. Basically, the whole thing is they're a lot like CC, which I keep trying to get him to integrate himself with that group. He doesn't want to.
I'm just asking because
that's right. I don't want to.
Since you have FragPunk downloaded, which again I said I'll play with you,
mm-hmm.
But they're going to bring FragPunk to Xbox and PlayStation. They initially were going to, but the problem was that there was a lot of bugs and stuff that they were trying to fix, and they didn't want to release it subpar.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to bring FragPunk to console, and they have a release date now of April 29th. So by the end of the month, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S will have FragPunk able to be downloaded and played. They did have this weird thing where it said console players will receive compensation and all players will get engagement from Season 1. So you get the pre-order bonus, which I don't know why you'd have to pre-order a free game. I don't know. Maybe it's their version of a wish list. I don't know. But you would be able to get the $10 in currency, and then for anybody who did pre-order it, and all the engagement stuff that happened during Season 1 that you missed out on. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. of them, but it will be cross play and cross progression. So you can move your account to whatever you're playing on.
I mean, it could be one of those things like Path of Exiles 2. It is going to be a free game when it releases. But if you want to play it now, it is technically a closed beta of a... Well, cool. But PoE 2 has not fully launched yet. So in order to get into the beta, that's basically, the founders or whatever you want to call that to get into the early access. And
I know a lot of people were mad with FragPunk when it first came out because there's like 6 different currencies within the game.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously a free game you're going to have microtransactions because that's the only way they're going to make any money for the game and continue to develop it. But a lot of people were just mad because there's 6 different currencies within the game. And it's like, why don't you just make 1 or 2? Or
that is only going to be for the next couple of months, though, as we talked about before.
Oh, yeah.
With the EU doing all of their stuff. Actually, CC and I were talking about a little bit of that earlier with COD, how some of those passes now are, or not passes, but some of those bundles just don't really add up, and they're costing a little bit more in order to do things. Like you couldn't, I think it was for a couple of seasons, you couldn't even pay for the battle pass with what you made in the battle pass. That was one of the nice things about it, is you buy it once, and as long as you played it, you could continue to,
That's how Fortnite is. You can buy the battle pass every time.
That's how Sea of Thieves was. I don't know if it's still that way.
Apex went away from that and had a bunch of uproar, including like that whole
COD
thing
doesn't
where
seem that way anymore at all.
They still are, as of this moment, as of last night, purchasing the battle pass with my like saved up coins from however many seasons.
Yeah.
I was able to get it, and apparently you get the same amount, but they're just slightly upping that amount. And same thing with the skins, as we talked about. They used to all be like 1,200, 1,500.
Like the high end was 2,400.
24. Right? Now I think the high end's like 35, 32.
Yeah, they're all like 3,000 now. I mean,
there was a guy who commented on, it was either our Instagram or our YouTube, but he was talking about how we mentioned the currencies don't add up. So like the EU's making it 1-for-1 type of thing and whatever in-game currency in dollars. Yeah. He was saying that you would only be able to buy packs of in-game currency for like $5.99. That was like 1,000 coins, but the pass was like 1,100. So you had to buy the $9.99 version to be able to get the thing that cost $5. Or
so that is another thing that was in that whole EU thing, that the prices of the packages have to coincide with things that are purchasable inside of their shop.
Well, like so right now, like they have the Call of Duty Warzone has the Jay and Silent Bob drop today on there. I wanted to buy them. I have 2,400 points, which is $20. You can buy 2,400 points for $20. They're 3,000 points.
But there's no
3
coins.
There's no 600. There's no 3,000 coins. So the next step up from 20 is $40 for 5,000 coins. It's really stupid.
I mean, Call of Duty is not. I mean, we've talked about the currency in the EU and how they're trying to make it equal, and everybody's kind of having to buy higher bundles and stuff. But the Switch 2 is also getting backlash because they're now charging for, or they're supposed to be charging for the voice chat button on the Switch 2. Like you're gonna have to pay a monthly subscription to pay and use voice chat.
That's insane.
Right.
Can I point out also, with the whole Nintendo thing going on right now, you know how our whole conversation about how much GTA 6 is going to cost, and Nintendo is already trying to bridge that gap by making it $80 now for their games. And do you see the
physical edition? I think
but do you see the amount of backlash they're getting? By doing that, and so
it's insane.
I'm kind of wondering if this is going to make is it Rockstar, right? That does
Rockstar.
Okay, if it's going to make Rockstar or distributors or whoever does it, if they're going to then look at this and be like, oh, they hit a bunch of backlash, so we're not going to do that, especially for physical copies. I kind of feel like GTA is one of those things you want the hard copy of at some point.
Well, and then Rockstar can't use the excuse of tariffs, right? Which is funny because they actually had an interview with their marketing guy, and they said, so you're pretty much having to raise prices anyways because of tariffs. And he goes, no, No, that's not it. We're doing that anyways. That's what it's going to be.
So they gave him an out, and he's just like, "Nah, we're good."
He's like,
the crazy thing to me about like Nintendo is the like the price of some of the games, like for the Switch, right? Mm-hmm. Or like the DS or whatever, like the Mario games and all, they are still like really expensive to buy secondhand.
Oh yeah,
like
always.
It's the really IPs. Crazy. So Nintendo has done the one thing that all the other games, that all the other companies want to do, and that is that they have amazing, IPs for just them, like
right.
Mario, Zelda,
Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, like they have these specific games that are just they have the IPs for it. Pokemon. I mean, granted, Pokemon has kind of expanded out a little bit, but baby and baby mama.
Sorry. No, I mean I get that, but like that shouldn't have any effect on the secondary market. But I don't know if people just don't sell those games very often. I don't know, because you can go buy, any game that's been out for like 5 years, you can go buy used like super cheap. But like those games for like the Switch, like the Nintendo games, like those big IPs, like
they are doing something kind of good on that side of it anyway. So you'll be able to digitally lend games to other users now. So it'll look kind of like a card you would get for the Switch, but it'll be a digital version on your Switch, and you can lend it to them. But if you have, you can have a second system with local communications, which is required the first time. So say you bring over a Switch and want to connect with them to lend, that has to be on a local communication first.
Okay.
They must be in a family group or your family group member to lend the game. So you can't really just lend to all your friends or anything like that.
Yeah, but like
sucks.
The good thing about it is like Xbox Live, I don't know if they still do it. I had Xbox Live. My son had Xbox Live. We had like a family Xbox Live account. Right. And I didn't have to pay for Xbox Live twice. And he was able to play all of my games that I...
Okay, we all, I mean, all 8 billion people on the planet used to share, 9 Netflix accounts. And now we all need to get our own. It was the next step. I actually had a thing last night when I was getting on to Disney Plus. I got Missa to start watching the Marvel movies. So we're in the middle of the Hulk right now. Horrible movie. I love Edward Norton, but God, that movie is trash.
I liked it.
Yeah, you would. But anyway, when I first opened it up, it actually said, if you don't have your own account, create it now. Well, it's our account, right? Yeah. And then it goes to the next one and said, is this the primary TV that you watch things on? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, we have like 7 devices in our house that we watch things on. I'm not setting a primary to any of it. And it's like, they're like fishing for these little details to try to get people to, buy these things. Accounts, And now here's the thing. Do we share this account? I'm not confirming nor denying that, because one day, Disney might actually watch this and want to sponsor us. They already have your answer.
But they already have your answer right there.
But no, it is one of those things that it is starting to really get into that whole thing where I'm sorry, but emulators are so much better than anything that Nintendo can ever create at this point, as far as PC goes, that they're just fighting a losing battle. So yes, they are going to try to get every little bit of money they can out of it. But
I think the difference between what we did as kids versus like this, you can lend one game to a family member and it only stays with them for 2 weeks, then it just automatically goes back to your inventory. That's where what would happen with Xbox when we were growing up was I would sign into my account on Racy's Xbox, right? Make it my primary. And then he would sign on to mine as his primary, and then we would switch. We'd log out and then log into each other's Xbox. As long as you're on
Xbox Live, you're good then.
Yeah, and then if he bought a game, instantly download it onto mine. Same thing, back and forth. Yeah. Yep. And it was, I mean, it's supposed to be the same way with Steam, but I've tried to do the same thing with Steam with Ray, and for some reason, it doesn't work. And Casey.
No, so
same thing didn't work with Casey.
One thing, that's never going to work. That's never going to happen, I don't think, with Steam. But
well, as my good friend Justin would say.
One thing that I wish that you could do is, like, I have the license for, let's just say, Space Marines too, right? I played the game for like 10 hours.
3 games.
I paid $60 for it.
I don't even know if you paid 10 hours of it.
Probably not. But regardless, I wish I should be able to sell that or give it away. I should be able to give it away, and then that person should have to pay like 10% of what the game costs to transfer the license into their name.
I feel like you should be able to charge whatever you want to them. Like if you want to give it to them for free, then that should be fine. You should be able to give it to them for free.
You're right. But in order for them to get a little piece, there should be like a $5 activation.
What do they have to get a piece for? They've already sold you the game. It's just like if I used to have a hard copy disc, I could literally give it to someone.
But you're transferring your license from you to another person. So there's a step that they have to deal with.
It's all digital. As soon as it'd be like
I'm with you.
Listen, I'm just saying, like
they don't have to do
trying
anything.
to make everybody happy. All right.
Well, stop doing that.
That would be fair. Right. Well, but this world, everybody's got to get a little chunk of something. But back to like Netflix. What's Netflix cost now? $20 a month?
I don't know. I set it up years ago, and it's one of those things that automatically comes out of an account. I never look at it.
Netflix has ads now if you have the cheaper one, which is crazy. Have you ever heard of Angel Studios?
Yeah. Yeah, so we talked about possibly them having their own app at one point.
They do now.
Yeah.
They have their own app now. They have a show called Homestead that I really want to watch.
Good movie. Oh, it's a good movie. The show is the continuation of the movie.
Yes.
Like when the movie ends.
Do you have it?
The
Angel
show?
Studios?
No, I don't have that. Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's $20 a month. I've been debating on canceling like Max for a month and getting that, but I want to wait for the show to be over so I can binge it all. I don't think it's all out yet. Dude, but like we fucked ourselves, or we're fucked now, or screwed. God damn it! I see.
There it is.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Someone's going to keep track, and CC's going to be more than one.
Yeah,
less than 10,000.
Anyway, back in the day, we had like an $80 cable bill, and we're like, "Oh, cut the cords. Let's get streaming services. Netflix is $20 a month. It's way cheaper, dude." Right now I'm paying for Netflix. Tried to cancel Max a couple months ago, so they gave me like 6 months at $8 a month. Kept that, so I have Max. I have Hulu. Try to cancel that, and then they're like, "Oh, we'll give you 3 months for $3 a month if you don't cancel." So I fucking stayed with that.
There's another one.
I got Paramount Plus. I got through with Walmart Plus, but like, dude, you get like, there's just so many of them out there.
It's not even just shows. Spotify has, so does Apple Music.
I pay for Spotify.
There's actually rumors right now where Spotify is going to be changing theirs. So you'll have just the non-paid for, then you'll have premium, and then you'll have a deluxe. And like what you have now will then have ads now.
That's what I've heard. That's I heard that the other day too, and I'm like,
you'll just have less ads in the free version.
I'll cancel it in a second because
that's what I love about Apple Music. No ads.
Yeah. Well, I love Spotify. I love Spotify. Spotify's our biggest platform for the unqualified gamers. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't.
If they put ads on this,
oh, dude,
we better start getting a revenue.
We ain't ever making money off of this. Come on now.
Hey, we made like 8 cents on Rumble. All right, so
we did. Actually,
we've already made money.
I think we've already made money. Quarter. I think
are we 25 cents? See,
well,
so I can't say we've never made money because we made money
because we didn't get it out.
Do anything with it? Oh, how dare we not put our bank information on there for that quarter? Son of a bitch.
No,
that was a gumball. That was a gumball.
I know, but like, I understand all these people got to make their money and stuff, but like,
so I'm not going to like hold anything against any of them because it's the same thing as when you did have cable back in the day, and then you're like, oh, well, I want the HBO package, so you bought the HBO package. You wanted the Showtime package, you did that. If you wanted Cinemax,
I never bought that shit.
Granted, they were each just movie type things that showed fairly similar things, but now you have entire new studios that are giving it's their own content. And if you want it,
by the way, this podcast may be on Angel Studios soon. It's one of the reasons I'm trying to cut the swear words out because I applied to be on there.
Oh
no, we'll be we'll upload there. But we were accepted to put an episode on there, but you can't say the F word.
Oh, so, well, Fuck that one up already.
This one's not. This one's not going to be on there.
You know what? I think that should be part of a thing you do from now on. CC is that you have a little swear counter, but you beep out the swear words, and you just have a number over each of our heads.
Sounds like a lot of work, man. Although last week's podcast, I think I edited it 7 times.
Oh, so not a lot. We're fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to make it not so big and still keep the best quality. And I'm trying different things. And
do you have anything better to do right now than nurture and like help your baby grow?
No, and that's why I did. I spent 4 hours at the computer Saturday, and then I think I spent another like 6 or 7 on Sunday working on it.
While slinging drugs on your other monitor?
Yeah.
No, we're
talking about Schedule 1, guys. Don't worry.
Last weekend, actually, went to the hospital last Saturday. I had a kidney stone.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I was dying. Man,
Called it out.
It was tough, dude.
Called it.
You did call it.
Mm-hmm.
It was brutal. I thought something was going to burst in my back because it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like deathly afraid of needles. Okay. Like I hate them. Don't like
this
needles.
Makes me know I'm like pretty pain tolerant because it hurt, but it wasn't like I'm gonna fucking die.
Well, here's the funny thing is that
I gave it an 8. It was an 8. That's what I.
The part that hurt him most is the part that doesn't normally, like, it hurts, but it's not the part that
normally hurts. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
he said the other part, it's just like,
back.
Oh, dude, This is what went down. I get to the hospital. And they're like, well, do you want us to give you a shot for the pain? I was like, absolutely not. They're like, well, I thought you said your pain was at like an 8. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I'm not getting a shot. Don't keep the needles away from me, please.
If they would have brought it, you could have just passed out, and then boom, they could have given you the shot anyway.
Yeah, could have. But
so what we're saying is that if you're ever up for the death penalty, lethal injection is out of the question.
Out of the question, bro. Dude,
all right. I'll make sure.
Squad. Hang me, whatever. But anyway.
Oh, dude, firing squad was recently used, by the way. It was like the first time in like 20 years or something. And I think it was like North or South Carolina. The dude.
He chose it, didn't he?
He chose it.
Yeah, he chose it, yeah.
So, that was.
Anyway, I'm at the hospital. This was after like 3 or 4 hours at home trying to like ice packs. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, I guess we go to the hospital. Went to the hospital. They offered me a pain pill, and I'm like, sure, I'll take a pill. I'm not doing the shot. They gave me after 2-3 hours in the hospital. They finally gave me something to drink. I took a drink, took the pill. Then they went and did a CT scan. The thing had passed into my bladder. Great. 0 pain from the second I got that drink of water. The pain went away instantly. So
and the
pill?
Passed.
Yeah, the pill.
You forget about the pill? I don't think it was the water. Yeah, I think it was probably the pill.
It was the water. Because the pill doesn't just kick in instantly.
Then it wasn't the water. It was probably the stone passing at that point in time. It probably passed.
It passed.
And then you were good.
When I drank the water.
It wasn't because you drank water and you're like, pain's gone.
Right. I know, but I'm just saying
done.
It wasn't the pill that took the pain away. It wasn't.
Okay, it wasn't the water either.
Whatever, man. I don't know what it was, but we went and did the CT scan, and then I peed it out, and they're like, "Oh, pee through this funnel," and had a little grate in it. So it peed it out. It was orange. I named it Elmo. Orange and red. It's named Elmo.
So Schedule 1 has some updates coming.
Schedule 1's amazing. It's the best game on the planet right now.
Well, I mean, it is. It's extremely. I think it has like 400 and something thousand congruent players.
Oh, it is. It is the number 1 on Steam right now. It is up there with some of the top, like, most played games over like a decent period of time. It's not going to surpass. Go ahead.
I heard it was double Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, combined.
Into Assassin's Creed combined.
Right now.
That's what I heard.
Yep.
Which is insane.
And
you think this is one developer made the game, right?
Tyler. Yep. And he's talking about like streaming the development of the game. Like he said, he probably won't be very active with chat because
how many people have bought it? First of all, let's say
over 400,000.
I bought it for $16. It was on sale, right? It was normally $20, I think. Let's say that after everything, he gets $10 a game. How much money has this dude made?
$4 million.
$4 million. That's it.
Off of $10 a game.
7 days, Gamealytics says that 1.8 million copies have been sold
1.8 million copies. That's more than 4 bill,
Schedule
right?
1 reportedly
That'd be-
sold
that'd
5
be
million
10.8
copies
million.
on
mil.
Steam.
Woo! 18. Yeah, holy shit. Woo!
That'd be good.
Yeah, dude's making some bank. He's getting sued by
Drug
the
dealer 1 and
developers
2.
of Drug Dealer Simulator 1 and 2, which that's just a bullshit thing. I mean, I don't.
Of
I don't
course
know.
it is. They see that their shit sucked, and then people were very happy with his game, his interpretation of that.
I
type
showed
of
it to you last
simulation.
night. It's they need to
It's
add more stuff to
cartoony,
do.
it's silly, but it's they're going to. They're going to add some more stuff. So
yeah, they need to, but I've already got over 60. I got around 65 hours into the game.
hopefully it doesn't get taken off of Steam, because that's like the possible threat with this lawsuit.
But it would have to go through the court process in order to get taken down.
Yeah,
I don't think it will. I don't think
I'm hoping it won't. They're supposed to be having the updates, like I believe they're almost ready to launch, or they're launching here in the next.
So I watched a video last night. You can get the updates now through Steam,
Right.
but you're like switching your game over to beta form somehow.
I'm
not exactly sure. I didn't watch the whole how to do that because I figure I'll just wait for it to come out.
So what it is a lot of games when you do that, they have 2 different versions of it, and the other version is basically called unstable.
Yeah.
And the big issue with that is that you do run the risk of pretty much corrupting and getting to like a soft lock or just ruining the entire thing that you have. A lot of people will say that you need to go into your game files and create 2 different folders so that you can still keep your original, put it somewhere that isn't that game file. So if something gets corrupted, delete the one that you created and then move the other one back in.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah,
well, pop that on a flash drive, y'all.
They're supposed to be making it. He's working on Steam Deck support as well. So I don't think that'll come with this update. This update's supposed to come with a new boutique jewelry store and pawn shop where you can sell your items, and it's supposed to come with like, labels, new products, labels, so you can label all your stuff. Obviously sell the unwanted stuff, and then the chateau will now be open to purchase, which is supposed to become the biggest property that you can buy. So.
Yeah, I showed you all the properties. You start out with the motel, then you get the sweatshop, you get the bungalow, the barn, then the warehouse. I'm currently in the warehouse. Got most stuff automated pretty good. There's a few things that could be automated better, but
I should have sent you that one I saw today. But
so are we thinking that GTA 6 is gonna have like go this in depth? Could you imagine? If like, because like in the GTAs, you're already able to like sling, but just imagine if it like went this in depth, especially something on like a 5M server.
I mean, I could see the RP getting this in depth, maybe not quite this bad, but like it's pretty close on 5M already. I mean, you have to make the stuff like I don't know, a few years ago on a server. I saw
maybe. I mean, they said any mods and like mini game type stuff that they would be putting on the game, so it's possible.
I mean, hey, Rockstar's got the money. Just buy this game from this dude and put it in the game.
Do we know if the dev is going to allow like mods or anything like that? Are there mods for Schedule 1?
I don't think there are any right now. I haven't heard of any.
Oh, okay.
I mean, why do you need mods though? I mean, the game is already fun as it is. There's no point in making them. Like, it's already a silly, cartoony kind of game.
Yeah, but like, dude, there's mods for every game. Mods for there's a mod for Left 4 Dead where everybody Shrek.
There wasn't one for Harry Potter for multiplayer. Just saying.
Yeah, that one never.
I mean, there could be mods that just update the graphics to where they just have the same exact game. It's just more so, better textures for whatever the people are. I was looking at I think it was Cece's game where I'm like, are you playing as like Morty from Rick and Morty?
Yeah,
and he's like, no. And he's like, oh, wait. No, I think it was Frag actually that was playing. And I'm like, well, so what's Morty doing out here on a skateboard? So it's fun.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm
game.
still.
It's cheap. The thing I like about it is it's cheap, and it's a busy game. It's a game to keep you busy. It's got a lot of replayability that way to where you it's not over like sweaty. You don't have to get super sweaty, and it's just a nice chill game. Like I play it on my main monitor while my second monitor has I have like Batman or something playing on that movie. I watch all the Batman movies. this
Of course
week.
you do.
So
You know what's
playing
not cheap
what?
right
The
now?
Nintendo
Pokemon
Switch
cards.
2?
Well, also that it's like $800 or something. The Pokemon cards. There's been recently discovered MJ Holding, which is like a really big distributor of Pokemon cards,
Yeah.
has been scalping cards. So like when you go to your local Walmart and you see like the shelves are just completely emptied out,
Mm-hmm.
they're supposed to be like the largest distributor of cards in the country. And then what they do is they go to these big box stores and then they take the cards. And it's like, so you're taking the cards and then they sell them on Walmart.com as a third-party seller. And then they're increasing like a pack of cards that was normally like $25. They're selling for like $62.
Yeah,
but they go under a different name is the thing. Someone pulled up, what was it? GT Collectibles and Toys. GT Collectibles and Toys. Since it was the third-party seller through Walmart. And then they looked up the address. And then the address was MJ Holdings' address.
Ooh.
And GT Collectibles and Toys was listed as a subsidiary.
They don't even have to like stock. They're just like, yeah, we stocked that store. No, we didn't.
Yeah. Well, they go in, they stock the store, and then another team comes behind them and just takes it all.
No way.
So they
sold.
What's even worse is when the employees themselves are in on it and they stock the shelves by throwing it underneath the rackings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to collect Hot Wheels, and we made friends with the people that would like stock the toy departments. When they would get shipments in, we were allowed to actually go. I mean, I think it was like 9 at the time or 8, but they would let us go in and actually look at the cars in the boxes before they went out on the shelves.
So my cousin collects Funko Pops. You guys know what those are? So
I've got a whole shelf of Captain.
I've got a Wrecking Ball one right.
He would like send me to this store or that, like when I had the day off of work or something. He'd send me to weird ass stores to get Funko Pops for him, and I always talk to the people when they're putting them out. So yeah, they're like, yeah, I kept a couple in the back. It's like, you fucker, god damn it.
So my problem with Funko Pops is that it's one of those things that's like a never ending thing. Like you get the exact same one. And don't get me wrong, the same thing happened with Hot Wheels, which was like the big downfall for me and why we kind of stopped collecting them. When you're going for, well, it's this particular car with a different set of rims, and they've got like 15 different types of rims, and then they have a new color with 15 different types of rims, or the interior change color. So,
I'm looking for a Cybertruck Hot Wheel, by the way. If anybody has one, send it to me.
Don't you have one sitting on your desk? Isn't it a 3D printed dumpster?
I have got him. I have over 50 Funko Pops of just Captain America ones up on my mantle.
Is that what you were looking over at just now?
Yeah, I was trying to count them.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to someone.
I used to collect them. I collected Marvel ones, and I bought a Kevin Smith one because I'm a huge Kevin Smith guy. But I ended up selling them all. I made some decent profit on them.
I mean,
when I sold them all in a bundle.
That's why I've kept these for so long. Yeah. I'm hoping that I have a number 1 Captain America, which cost me a pretty penny, but I want to get it signed by Chris Evans if I ever get the chance. But we'll see. I don't know.
Just make him come over and sign all 50 of them.
I didn't even think of that.
Make him.
I got you, man.
I could get,
I could kidnap him at like Funko
I could put them all in a
points.
suitcase and then just.
One thing we know about me, I'm an idea guy, so that's a good idea. No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Idea, yes. Good, maybe not.
Yeah. Well.
Real ideas.
So Tron.
You know what was a good idea?
What?
I kind of cut in a different segue. A good idea. They had the Nintendo Powerline. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard about that or not.
Oh, dude. Okay, yeah. So I sent it to you too.
Oh, did you?
We need to have this. Yeah.
Well, I don't like you, so that
we need to have this on the podcast. So I asked my cousin about this because I was too young. He used it. Yeah, he actually called the power line. So basically, what this used to be was, if you would get stuck in a game, they didn't have the internet back in the day. When you played Nintendo,
especially
Super
in the
Nintendo.
80s. Yeah.
So if you got stuck, you're like, I can't figure out how to beat this. You could call this line, and they would explain to you how to beat it.
Is this the first time you're hearing about this stuff?
I heard about it a couple years ago, but I about 6 months ago I saw something about it again, And so I called my cousin, who was 5 years older than me, Doug, and he's like, yeah, I remember that, like, because it was like you used to find the number back in the magazine or whatever, and you could
So do you know?
Yeah.
So do you know how that whole thing came about? Not how the whole thing was started, but what the process behind it worked, because they were called Game Masters, and you could like have a little jacket that said Game Master. It was like this really prestigious thing.
They had to play games and beat them, right?
And so they would get these games, and then they would have a team of people playing these games to like learn things quickly about them. And then you would have like your little subsections of each person, and they would be like passing around these handwritten notes for each of the games and how to beat them. And so they ran into a couple of times where people were progressing through the game quicker than they were, and they didn't know what to do. And
if anybody was or knows somebody that used to work there and do this work, let me know, or let us know. I would love to have one of these guys on the podcast. One of these game
there
was
a documentary.
Goes so into depth about it. I've seen a couple of documentaries where it's been mentioned.
Yeah, but then again, you got to remember that these guys are going to be in their like 60s at this point.
I'm totally cool with that.
So
we did have
one of our favorite guests of all time, Jeff Steitzer.
Yeah,
the voice of
that man is 29, and
he's a G.
Yeah,
Jeff,
I will not hear.
Man.
I will say,
spoken bad about that man.
It's not bad.
CC would never be able to be one of those game masters, because he would play the game for an hour or two and then just quit the levels and then try and jump to another game.
Dude, he would be trying to return it to the dude that like passed it out at the office.
If you guys your job is to play this game, can I return this game? Is that
no?
Does that go into my paycheck?
This is slander. All right, this is slander. I
don't know. I think my mom would agree with it. Right, Mom? She said, "Yep."
Listen, our podcast is called the Unqualified Gamers Podcast. Okay, we're not qualified to talk about any of this stuff.
You're not, because you don't play enough. Tron Ares is coming to theaters October 10th, by the way. It'll only be in theaters.
Tron. I've never seen Tron.
Tron Legacy was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie.
No, honestly, both of the Trons were good. A couple of years ago, I used to do movie nights once a week on Saturday on my Discord server, and it was the month for video games. It was basically my affiliate anniversary type thing. And so I did like Wreck-It Ralph, both of the Trons, and I think it was Ready Player One were the four movies that I played. Yep. So continue.
Well, I mean, I looked over the list. The same guy who played Sam Flynn on the last one on Legacy didn't show up as one of the cast members on this one. So I don't know if they recast Sam or if he's just not going to be in it, period. Hopefully he is in it. But on this one, it looks like a continuation of the previous movie, because the older, what's the dad's name? Flynn something. The one who makes himself a copy as Clue, whatever his name is.
I've seen the movies. I don't remember any of the stuff.
He is in it again, but this time it's a character named Ares, who's supposed to be a highly sophisticated program, and he's able to make it into the real world, kind of like what Clue was trying to do at the end of Legacy. By the way. Kevin Flynn.
Kevin is the father of Sam.
Yeah, so it's the same character and everything this time on this movie, but I didn't see Sam Flynn's character at all there. But neither the actor nor the name Sam Flynn.
Did you see the movie Gamer with Gerard Butler?
Yes, I
did. Really good movie.
That was a good movie.
That was one that I really enjoyed, and everything that went on with that whole idea of just the whole community and everything that was behind it, and it was real creepy. I mean, it looks really like something that's
Ready Player One too. It's good.
It was a good movie.
I mean, it's similar to Ready Player One, but not quite, you know?
Yeah,
it reminds me of like if someone had one of those what's that Elon Musk thing, the link?
Neuralink.
The Neuralink.
Neuralink. If they have a Neuralink and then someone hacks the Neuralink and then makes them basically become gamer equipment. Yeah, that'd be kind of what that is. Which, speaking of gamer equipment, there's I guess it's been out for a little bit, but it's called the Coolify Holofan, which is like a holographic fan that will. It's a fan, so a lot of people obviously have the RGB lights inside with the fans. Yeah. But this time it's a fan. Doesn't have RGB. It has. You've probably seen them. I've seen them in some airports. You've seen them as signs and stuff like that, where like the pedal spins and then it creates like a 3D figure on the pedal, right? So they have fans like that, and they're called the Coolify Holofans. Here's the problem with them, though. It has to be a constant speed, so you can't ramp up the fan or turn it down when the computer's too cool. You want to say power.
I've got mine just ramped up all the time.
Right. So well, this you won't be able to do because
it's far enough away from me.
Well, okay. You gotta have like a nice airspace. So I mean, they're cool. They'll look cool, but you better keep it like.
Yeah. Well, really cool do you remember a while back we talked about the Lee fans?
Yeah. Weren't you supposed to get some of those?
I bought those.
Uh-huh.
They're in both of my computers, and one is dying.
So Lee is known for its cases. I'm not sure they're known for their fans.
They were super. They come out with these special fans that
connect to each other.
They connect to each other.
The magnetic ones, right?
No, they're not magnetic. They clip together, and
like the power sources through the other fan to connect.
Yeah, so you one plug for 3 fans, and I've got 2 sets of 3 and at least 1 fan for sure. I haven't checked the ones on my radiator.
Do you think it could be because it's pulling power, and since it's trying to draw for all 3 fans, like the power kind of goes up and down, and that'll actually ruin equipment?
No. Well, I'm not sure why it's failing. The only reason I knew it was failing is when I cleaned it out. When I cleaned my PC a few weeks ago, when I moved my room around, I got cans of air, and I was just kind of spinning the fans just to see how they were doing, and one of them is just I mean, it would need greased if you could grease the fans because it just doesn't. But now every time I look at my PC, I can't stop staring at that one fan because I can see that it's a little bit slower than the rest of them.
I've got little command things for all of my fans for the Corsair stuff, and so they pull power, but they're pulling power for the specific 6 fans, and then there's a larger unit you can buy to link those together. Yeah. So my PC is 8 fans.
Yeah.
5 intake and 5 intake, 3 exhaust.
Yeah.
With the cooler on top. So I mean that works out pretty well. But the other thing that I do to keep my thing cool is that the door on my case is magnetic, so the door just stays open behind me.
Yeah.
And then with the 90-degree mount for the for the GPU, it just looks good. I don't know if you guys can see it behind me.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Like I said, I can't see where my shit ends.
I would like to do the 90-degree mount, but I have the 3 fans in the front, like the side of my my case is massive. It's a NZXT. It's super wide, so it's got the front, and then it's got fans off the front, 3, and then I've got 3 going through my radiator on the top, which I was told one time that the AIOs are only supposed to last 2 or 3 years. So
it really depends on what it is, but yeah, so you get because nothing is completely non-permeable, you're going to get small air bubbles, but as long as your AIO sits well below your fan, then it doesn't really it takes a long time to do it because you're not going to get the air bubbles. So the air bubbles will sit at the very top of your radiator now as that the coolant slowly drops down. But if you have that radiator on say the front of your thing, you can't. Even if you turn it upside down, yes, it's higher than it, but at some point you're going to have that air bubble at the very top of it, and you don't want to flip it over,
right?
Because then eventually that air bubble will be in your AIO itself.
Yeah.
So depending on where you put it, yes, it will last.
Mine's on the top, and I love I'm a big MSI guy ever since when I got this PC that had an MSI motherboard, so I went with MSI everything that I could. And I really like everything about it. So I probably, when I upgrade, I'm done upgrading this PC. When I buy my next PC, I shouldn't say I'm not done upgrading. When I buy a new PC, I will buy a new AIO for this one too, because it's been about 2 years since I bought this one, and I really like it. So yeah.
I could probably.
It's funny. Go ahead, Kai.
I could probably upgrade my computer and I'd be a lot better off, but I mean. I still have an i9 and a 2080 Super that seem to be running fine.
Yeah, so sorry about that. I had technical difficulties. I had a phone call that was absolutely important to go. And we actually need to wrap things up because Kai's got stuff going on. So anything else we want to add real quick before we wrap it up, guys? Or what do you got?
Two things. Valkyrae apparently had her scene in the Minecraft movie cut. She is claiming that it was coincidentally 6 months after that she spoke out against Momoa's set on the his actions on the set. There has been no thing confirmed or anything like that, but apparently she was supposed to be in the movie and isn't anymore. The bigger thing I want to talk about is
Vitaly.
How do you pronounce it? Vitaly, right?
Vitaly.
This dude. All right, and I know that we're trying to like cut these things out, but this dude fucked up. This dude fucked up big. He tried stealing a service weapon off of a security guard. He stole a motorcycle. He was a public nuisance. He tried robbing an old woman. Like, he ran around the Philippines and was just an absolute terror to everyone. And the Philippines government is tired of it, so they want to make him an example.
I still think he should get off scot-free.
So he might have a reduced sentence, but his max sentence is actually life in prison. A couple of years ago, the Philippines put in that the theft of a motorcycle, because of how rampant it was, is now life in prison. The stealing of a firearm and all these other things, he's looking at between 10 and 24 years at this point. And the guy could not just shut the hell up. And even while he's in this thing, he does the perp walk out, the handcuffs, the whole thing. And he's sitting there still throwing up hand signs and making gestures behind the prosecuting attorney. Oh my God. I hope they throw the book at him.
I hope they do, but I just think he'll get off scot-free. I just do.
You know, just like Jesse Somali, that dude
always happens.
Should have been absolutely thrown under the bus, but Japan is way too nice to these people. Guys, basically, don't be a dick. That's what it boils down to.
Don't be a
Kai,
dick.
You want to take it away?
Like Kai. I mean, what?
Yeah, I'll try not to be. I mean, we'll see what happens. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know what you guys agree or disagree with, or maybe something you want us to discuss on next week's episode. You can catch us on all our different platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Rumble.
And please share this with all of your friends. Share the shit out of this podcast, please. Share it with everyone.
Stop cussing.
Yeah. That's number 7 or 8 now. Also, follow us on our socials. We're on Patreon, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram. A lot of different content there. A lot of mini clips and great discussions actually going on in a lot of the comment sections. So feel free to look into those as well.